Mobile is now a verb, it's all pervasive, right? In fact, I was going to joke that there should be no mobile Sparks next year, it should just be Sparks. So it's kind of everywhere. But if you fundamentally think about it, helping humans achieve their potential, right? Getting access to their basic livelihood, getting access to information, healthcare, education, their basic needs, that's kind of the starting point. So I think one thing you have to look for is what are the basic human needs that are not served that can be made more accessible through mobile. That's one sort of thing I think about. The second one I would say is really, if you're going to look for inspiration, I think we should look east to China and not west to the US, right? I think everybody should at least take a trip to China for a week or 2 weeks if you're a mobile entrepreneur, because the level of kind of engagement that they have and the audience that they have is very, very interesting. India will evolve in its own unique ways, but nonetheless, we need to look at what is happening there potentially for inspiration. That's kind of the second point I would make. The third is that, look, it's not just B2C. There could be a lot of interesting B2B opportunities around mobile, right? Because now it's a part of all of our lives. We're not just using it for gaming or entertainment or news or whatever. We're also using it to do our work. We're also using it to have meetings. We're also using it to bank. So how can you help work with different companies to make that happen? And last but not the least, or second last, I would say, we're looking at verticals. Look at verticals, not horizontals. So unlike China, which has a little bit of a walled garden, India is an open economy. So anybody can come and compete here. So the Facebook in the US might be the Facebook in India, or the Google in the US might be the Google in India. But yet, if you look at verticals, whether it be food or fintech or education, there'll be a lot of local Indian nuances that you need to understand, local players you need to work with. So I would say look vertically, not horizontally. And lastly, I would say mobile is a lot about organic distribution, right? So how do you get your solution or app or whatever in the hands of millions of people without spending a lot on marketing? That's a really core thing. And for that, you'll have to really understand what is the differentiated need that you're solving. YouTube and Hotstar have more than 200 million. YouTube has more than 200 million actives. Hotstar has more than 100 million actives. So video is a really, really big trend. If you look at all the vernacular users, right, a lot of them, the keyboards have always been a problem. But now with audio and video, you're bypassing that whole interface and having a potential bidirectional communication. So vernacular is a really big trend. I think gaming is going to become very interesting, right? So once you go beyond the basic chat, messaging, news, entertainment, people are going to do potentially a lot of gaming. So that's going to be very interesting around mobile. I think it's everywhere. I mean, healthcare, you can look at it. Education, you can look at it. Language learning is interesting. So lots of different interesting new areas.